So we have our mommy in the house. Seyi Oyesanya-Davies is a counselor, social worker, an astute speaker on relationship, family, and emotional intelligence. Born on Lagos Island from Ogun State, though from Ogun State, she has been actively involved in mentoring teenagers and youths, a passion close to her heart. She has at various times delivered lectures on attitude in leadership and have been involved with helping women be purpose driven. She's a graduate of mass communication and has undergone various postgraduate training in leadership and theology. So tonight she will be taking us through another dimension of the summit. She, sorry for that. So she currently manages Cassandra Diary as head of counselor and emotional therapy. So she will be talking on getting married, how it can affect, impact, and influence income. So we have our mommy tonight. She's here live and direct, and I'm going to unmute her right away so that she can start engaging us tonight. You are welcome, ma. You can unmute yourself now.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, ma. Good evening.
Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, perfectly loud and clear.
Okay.
Loud
So
and
this
clear.
evening we are going to be talking about how marriage can affect your income, how it can influence it, and also how it can impact, how you can get better, and on the other hand, how it could get worse if you are dealing with the wrong partner. So Dayo, I think you'll be sharing my PowerPoint slides. Are we set to do that? I have lost the audio. I can't hear you again.
Okay, I'm doing that right away.
Okay.
Right.
I have my slide, but I want to move. I want to move with your own slide.
Yes, good.
Yeah. So our topic says getting married, how it can affect, that is, how it can affect your income, how it can impact, that is, how it can make you better, and how it can influence, that is, how it can influence some decisions you'll be making as per income. And I think it's going to be a very beautiful session. Can I have the next slide, please?
Okay.
So, of course, you will agree with me that marriage is something that you cannot wish away. But it's one of the ladders that are going to climb in life. Except, well, maybe in the Western world, some choose not to get married. But despite that, they still have relationships. They still have boyfriend. They still get influenced, by the people, by the partner they move with. They get influenced. It is widely believed that two heads are better than one. So if I want to go with that assertion, then I'll be right to tell you that if you were doing well before you got married, then it means you should do better by the time you are married. But like I said earlier, depending on the kind of partner you have, your partner could impact you positively, and your partner could also impact you negatively, depending on who your partner is. So we are going to look at what you should look for in the choice of a partner. If what you wish for is that, oh, I've been taking some smart moves concerning income before I got married, I have been doing well, and I think by the time I get married, you get better. That will now depend on the partner that you choose. Like I said, it will affect you positively, it will make you better, and it will be a worse move for you. Let's go to the next slide, please. Next slide. So then, what do you look for in the choice of a partner? you will agree with me that God cannot be taken out of the equation when we are talking about marriage, because He's the author of marriage. He started it first with Adam and Eve. So there's no way you'll be discussing marriage, you not mention God, no matter what the world says now. You can't remove God from the equation. And the one who is the author of marriage told us, he said that he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Of course, you know that, well, in our side of the world, in our own side of the world, the third world, we believe the man finds the woman, following God's injunction. Although in civilization these days, women find men, but the real thing is the man finds the woman, because the man doesn't leave his house. The woman leaves her home and she drops even her name. If you look at my name now, oh, my father's name is attached, it's a choice. But usually the woman leaves and cleaves to the man. The man too, leaves his family. But it doesn't change his name. Nothing much changes about him. That's why God says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. That is, when you find a wife, it should add to you. It should make you better. The same way when you find a man, when you are getting married, it should add to you. It should increase your value. So you want to ask yourself, how much income were you generating before you got married? How much income were you generating? In marriage, it should get better. Because let me tell you, no matter what anybody tells you, money is very good. And money relieves you of tension. Money relieves you of tension. When you have enough money to spend, it seasons your relationship. For example, before you get married, you have dreams. We want to go and spend our honeymoon in Barbados. We want to do this, we want to do that. We want to buy our first car after the 3rd month of getting married. All these things, they pep up your relationship. So it is very good that when you get married, your income should get better. And that is why your choice of a partner will determine, how good the relationship is. So let nobody fool you that money is not everything. Yes, money is not everything. But even the Bible confirms that money answereth all things. Money answereth all things. So what do we look for in a partner? Can I have the next slide? Let's look at some things that you should look for. Next slide, please. Okay, there's a question. I started with the question, and that question I took from Amos 3:3 in the Bible. It says, can two work together except they be agreed? So that tells you that if your perceptions are not the same, if your visions are not the same, if the things that you look for in marriage are not the same, there will be conflict. And that's why the Bible admonishes us that two cannot work together except they are agreed. There will be issues. So my interpretation of this is that, are both of you compliant? And if I bring it down, are you compliant in your financial dreams? Are you compliant? Can the two of you chase, the same financial dreams without having conflict? Those are some of the questions that you should ask. You should ask yourself, from my findings in a relationship, that is in courtship, is my partner a prudent person? Is he an investment, or is she an investment conscious person? Then you ask yourself, if I marry this person, I'm talking to both men and women now, would our family finance be in danger, or will it get better than what I was earning before we got married? Then you also ask yourself, does he or she love breaking financial grounds to have more income? Or the person is a spendthrift, that is, this person, is he so investment conscious that he's always looking for financial breakthroughs so that he can get better in his income? Or is she always, she's always encouraging you to get better? These are some of the things that you discover when you are in courtship. But many times we see these things, but we just look away. Oh, maybe when we get married, it will get better. Most times, things don't get better in marriage. Most times. The person you are seeing in courtship is actually the real person. Although some will determine that, I want to change, don't worry. And, they make move to change. But usually the person you are seeing is the person you are seeing. But if you want to go ahead, you need to ask yourself, would I be able to handle this? Life is about choices and consequences. And one thing about life is you can decide your choice, but the consequences you cannot decide. There is a consequence for each decision we make. So you want to ask yourself, if I make this decision, would I be able to cope with it? Would my family finance be in danger? Would this person, there are some people, they are not really spendthrift. but they are so careful they can't break new grounds. They can't. Oh, they just want to be in their comfort zone. Some people, the idea about life is, I go to school, I pass out of school, I get a job, you know, I earn my salary. Some will even be thinking, oh, then I wait for my retirement. Is that the kind of person you want? Yes, if you mind that kind of person, he has a career, he's pursuing career. Your children will go to school, but it will not be the kind of school you actually have, you dream about. Your family will enjoy a bit, but it might not be the kind of enjoyment you're looking for. Maybe you had high dreams that, oh, when we get married, we go on vacation maybe once annually. You may not be able to achieve that. And what happens? There will be conflict. Next slide. So what are the red flags that you see in the choice of getting to know the person? What are the red flags? You know, in life, like I told you, you have choices. Then you ask, does your intended share your zeal and passion for financial freedom? That is very important. Does he or she share your zeal or passion for financial freedom? If you look at this lady in this picture, what comes to your mind is, oh, this is a career person. She looks to me like somebody who is very independent, you know, somebody who wants to attain. You see her climbing the ladder. She wants to get better. She wants to move to the next level. Those are the power players. We have some of them that are quite popular. I want to mention Mrs. Ibukun. You know that woman is a power player in the boardroom. She can't be intimidated. So if you take a man who is very investment conscious, who loves to break financial ground, to handle that kind of woman. And I've heard her speak on some occasion, and she said, thank God for her husband, that the husband shared her dreams and was always encouraging her to get better. That there were some moves that she made, that the man would say, you can do it. Is that the kind of person you are setting out, you know, to go on with? You want to ask yourself some of these questions. What is your dream? Maybe you've always had a dream to build a business empire. You can have dreams, as much as unlimited dreams. But you begin to ask yourself, you know, marriage, many of us think marriage is just man meets man, they get married. No. Marriage is very, very important to our lives. If you make the wrong move, it can slow you down. In fact, sometimes it may even kill your dream. If your dream is more than just marry, have some little money to spend, no problem. But if you have high dreams, then you need to consider the kind of partner you are marrying. Imagine a man comes to you, everything the family has in the account is just like 10 million. And the man just walks in and tells you, oh, there's this business move, you know, that I want to make. And if I'm able to take the risk, we're going to be making about 100 million. You know, it takes a lot of faith to align with such dream, because the thing that will come to you immediately is, what kind of thing is this? This one wants to put the family in problem. How can we put all our money in this? And the man is so sure of what he's saying, you know, but you are not keen into the vision. You are the kind of person that, well, please, so even if you want to try, why don't you go and try 1 million? So if your dream is to build an empire, you can be negatively affected by a partner who lacks ambition. Your partner is not ambitious. He is just content with, if I have a little thing, then there will be a problem. Also, you can be impacted by a partner to add more value to yourself and break more ground. You know, there are two different things. One is influencing you negatively. Another is impacting you so that you want to make moves. You just want to take risks. One thing we all know is that life is about risk. If you don't want to take risks, you can't get rich. That one is established. You cannot get rich. If you are content with just staying in your comfort zone and your salary, you can't get rich. So if you are somebody that one will call somebody who is crazy, you know, there are some people that are just crazy, the way they make their moves, then you must be moving with a partner who is also crazy, that you can just make moves and you share the vision. So what are the things you have seen? What are the things that you have seen because of courtship? Whatsoever you have seen, you must face squarely. I'm not saying when you see those things, you can't marry the person. I have told you, life is about choices and consequences. If after you have seen all those things, you feel I want to go on, fine. But you already know there are consequences. But don't ever slaughter your destiny at the altar of love. I think I should take that again. Don't ever slaughter your destiny at the altar of love. Many people will tell you, I love her, or I love him. I tell you, when poverty comes knocking, everything you have built will be pulled down in one day. In one fell swoop, can be pulled down. So you must be conscious of that. Many things we see and we say, love conquers all things. I tell you, when there are issues, love will fly through the window. Next slide. Next slide. So let me talk to, let's look at the kind of partners that we have. There are some partners that I call parasitic partners. Parasitic partners, you know. And there is another one, over-dependent partner. Then another one is the go-getter. Out of these three, you will agree with me that the go-getter are the ones we are talking about in this topic, the go-getter. Or those who can see it even when it has not come. Those who can vision it, who can run with the vision. The parasitic partner, they are just content with being a parasite to their partner. Just content with being a parasite. I want to really address the women because they are guilty of this more. Some women think when they just marry, it is enough, let me just go to my husband's house and let my husband, be carrying the responsibility. The man may not complain, but you are weighing him down. Then there's the over-dependent. The over-dependent, not just financially, even to brainstorm, they can't think by themselves. They must always wait for their partner to think for them. Everything they want to do, they want their partner to think for them, to do this for them. They don't compliment their partner at all. Then we have the go-getter, the go-getter. If you look at the case of Eve, when God was giving Eve to Adam, God said that the man should not be alone. Let us find a helpmate for him, that is a help that is adequate for the man. So it means that the woman is supposed to complement the man. But in some cases, there are some women who all their content it is just being Mrs. Lagbaja. Once they attach that to their name, they think that's the old status they should have. When you want to describe them, do you know that woman, the governor's wife? Do you know that woman, the councillor's wife? Do you know that woman, oh, that chief Lagbaja's wife? You shouldn't be content with just being somebody's wife. You should be independent. You should carve a niche for yourself. If all you have to your name is being just Mrs., then you are a failure. Because when God gave Eve to Adam, Eve was supposed to be a helpmeet, that is a help that is adequate for a woman. And if you look at the Proverbs 31 woman, it says, her hands finds an enterprise to engage in. So when a woman, if you look at this graphic that I just put here, a woman's best protection is a little money of her own. As a woman, you must have your own money. Even if your husband says, oh, I want to take care of my children, I want you to be a full-time housewife. Even while you're a full-time housewife, you can be a woman who works from home and make some money. There are so many businesses that you can do online these days that you can make your own money. That the times when your husband feels, oh, I'm a bit low on cash, you can say, even if it's lend, women are always lending their own money. They don't give to their husband, even if the man will not pay it. So at least you should be able to say, okay, let me lend you. The man may not tell you, but he will feel fulfilled because you are fulfilling the role of a helpmeet for him. Can we have the next slide? Yes. Can we see that, my Robert Kiyosaki? It says financial freedom is a mental, emotional, and education process. A mental, emotional, and education process. So if you are not financially dependent, if you are not financially independent, it means it will affect you emotionally, it will affect you mentally, even educationally it can affect you. There's nothing that destroys somebody's self-esteem as much as having to keep asking people to help you, to give you money. It destroys your self-esteem. I'm not saying you can't be broke sometimes. When you are broke sometimes and just tell somebody, oh, can you just do something for me? It's different from when you become a nuisance to those who are around you. In fact, when you are not even asking for money, by the time you even call, they will look at your account and say, oh, it's money that they want to look for. She's calling me for, he's calling me for. So financial freedom is not just working for money, but any money. I tell you that if it's possible for me to earn money from 10 places, I don't mind. Money is never, too much. So if all you know about financial freedom is handling cash, you are not yet doing well. The best way to earn money is that while you are sleeping, your money is working for you. Just you pick your phone and you see someone and you're wondering, where does this one come? Where did this money come from? Maybe from one investment that you have done, or from one business that you have done, anywhere. So the moment you can say I have achieved financial freedom is that money is now working for you, not you working for money. You go out every day 9 to 5. You go and work for somebody. You are helping somebody to achieve his own dream while you are neglecting your own dream. Then you are not financially, you don't have financial freedom. I was telling people recently, I said, when I saw what happened during the NSAS, after the aftermath of NSAS, and the hoodlums were out burning businesses, I really felt for people. And I was like, oh, I do some online business, and I have online shop. And I was wondering, who will go and loot my online shop? Who will go and burn my online shop? Doing physical business is good, but also we should look at other areas. In this new normal, we are talking about what we can achieve in post-COVID. Let's take advantage so that we can look back and say, yes, I have financial freedom. Don't live a life of financial routine. A life of financial routine, I wait for my salary to come. I have already budgeted. I wait for clinical. Oh, I have put my stock. You know that there are some online businesses you are doing, and the interest, the profits you are getting from there, you are now putting it in some other things, or you are using to add to what you have in your shop. Then you can say, oh, I'm doing well, I'm working towards financial freedom. I want to challenge you now that you need to dare to be different. I was talking about couples that are crazy, you know. You just see a smart woman, you're like, I'm ready to take this risk. Most of the people that you see that they are rich today, it is because they took some risk. The risk that, if they had even told anybody, they say you are crazy, but they were, you know, they were able to get it done, and it did work for them. And you're just seeing them. Many of them, they now tell you, I started my business with 20,000, and you say they are lying. They had made some moves in the past. You need to be different. For you to be, if you don't want to have problem mentally, emotionally, like I said, when you want to spend money and you don't have it, it drops your head. You know, you can't hold your head high. It affects you mentally, it affects you emotionally. You feel, in fact, even if you have PhD, if you don't have money, there's a way you will feel. You don't have confidence. So you need to be to dare to be different. Can we have the next slide? What are the financial challenges that rock? You know, I told you that don't slaughter your destiny at the altar of love. Don't say, I love my lover. I've heard so many testimonies. Some people say, when we got married, I didn't even have a job. Fine for you. But I know the kind of risk I take. I believe that you must still look forward to something. We hear so many testimonies these days. But the thing is, when poverty comes knocking, like I said, love will fly through the window. So what are the financial challenges that rock marriages? Number one, not keeping to budget. Not keeping to budget. You have decided, okay, you are expecting income from this place and this place and this place, and you find out that there's one of the partners is always overshooting budget. And you have even noticed this during courtship. Maybe, you are praying to get married, you know, you are waiting for some money, and by the time the money comes, particularly women, I'm sorry, I have to be factual. And the woman comes, you are budgeted for that month. Oh, this is what we are spending, this is what we are investing, this is what we are putting in bonds and all that. And she comes, you know, she's my friend now. By the time it's our own marriage, she will also join me to buy clothes. Ashwebi for ladies is 50,000 naira. And that one is extra budgetary, not even in your budget. Of course, you know, you have to tame that before you get married. If not, there will be a problem. Another thing is lack of prudence. Some people, they will be telling you, well, money is for spending. They will be telling you, how do you spend money? M for money. Money is for spending. If you are seeing that category, hey, poverty is knocking. We know money is for spending, but you should be prudent. You don't have to spend unnecessarily. Where you can avoid some spending, avoid it. Sometimes you want to attend a party, one party, just one party, and you will prepare as if that party will not end that day again. There are times, the reason I said dare to be different, there are times that you just decide, well, this party, let me just pick a cloth I have at home and just wear it. Nobody will ask you not to enter. Even if there's Ashebi, they will not say you should not enter at that point. As far as you are invited. So you need to be prudent. You need to be prudent. Then also we have to understand what are our needs and what are our wants. That's one thing that I know that people cannot really differentiate. They will tell you I need something so and so thing. And by the time you scrutinize, that thing is not actually a need, it's a want. They just want it. And one thing in this life, there is enough for everybody's need as far as you cut your cloth according to the cloth you have. But we don't have enough for everybody's greed. Most of the time, our greed are our wants, and we call them need. Anything that when you scrutinize, that okay, if I don't have this thing, what's going to happen? It's not want. If not, there will be problem. Simply and with each other. Those are struggling after marriage. Next slide, please. Yeah, don't marry a dream killer. So you want to ask yourself, this guy or this babe that I'm moving with, will she be my cheerleader? Or will he be my cheerleader? Or will he or she kill my dream? You know, there are two different types of people. There are some people that when you are doing something good, they cheer you on. When you even begin to feel, will I be able to pull this thing off? They say, you can do it, you can do it. That one is your cheerleader. But the person, and each time you are thinking of something good, the next time, how will you achieve this one? How will we do it now? Where are we going to get money? That one is a dream killer. You must move with somebody who will, when you have some dreams, you have visions and you share it, and the person is like, yes, let's try. You know, just start. By the time you start, you know, the journey of 1,000 miles, just start with a step. Just start. That person is a cheerleader. But the one that even the dreams that you are achieving before you get married, before you even say it now, is already telling you, it cannot be done. No? And that person will start reminding you, you know that the country is hard. You know that this one is this. You know that money is hard to over. You know that banks won't give you loan. In fact, that person will kill that dream even before you start it. So you must be careful so that you don't marry a dream killer. Because you marry a dream killer, you won't feel fulfilled. There will be a problem. Will your partner add to your status or will your partner reduce it? We all have a level that we have attained in life before we get married. So you want to ask yourself, this person that I want to marry, will this person add to my status? Will this person add more value to me? Or will the person even reduce it? That's only when you marry them. In fact, the status you have achieved, people who are honoring you, if you are not careful, they'll just look at you and say, how can you choose this kind of partner? Those who have been respecting you, now I thought you were smarter than this. You want to ask yourself, what kind of person is my choice? Next slide. So there are some things I want you to remember. Number one, money answereth all things, and a good father leaves an inheritance for his children. I am quoting the Bible. A good father leaves an inheritance for his children. You want to ask yourself, if at the time you were starting off in life, you had inheritances to start off with, won't it be very good? It's a good start. For example, if my father had 4 houses in Lagos, and he has, in his will, he has given 2 to me on the island, do you know how much I'll be getting as rent? I can think of crazy businesses to do because I have money. When you want to make some moves in business, and you already have money, and to add pep to it, you have property, you don't have to rent property. It makes starting very easy. So you want to ask yourself, what are the legacies I want to leave for my children? Aside from training them the way they should go, aside from making them good children, what are the things according to the what God advised? What are the inheritance that I want to leave for my children? What are the things that that they can look back and say, thank God for my father. Some of us that grew up on the island, we look back and say, when these people were buying all these places, where were our fathers? What were they doing? I have an uncle who have many houses in Surulere, and he used to tell me that when he was moving out of the island, to go to Surulere, that Surulere, they were calling it Igbo, bush. Say it was a bush. This Surulere of today. You know how much it costs now to sell a house in Surulere, to even have properties that you even rent. It's millions now in Surulere. And then when he was going, that his friends that they were living on the island, you know, Lagos Island was congested and government was trying to move out some people. So government was encouraging them, come to Surulere. Even all those Shita, if you know some houses in Shita and all those Lawancing area, government houses, so how much did they buy it? They just build a small apartment for them, and with big, vast land that is their own. I know some of my friends that their parents sold part of those land and they made millions. But then some people were saying they can't go into the bush. So these days, if you have any opportunity as far as the landed property, grab it. Don't join those that will say, yeah, when will that place develop? Don't join such group. Nothing stops you from having landed property as a single. Nothing stops you. Then how about making enough as a single so you can honeymoon in Barbados? Not a bad idea, Abib. So you are getting married and you want to see Paris, like this, see Paris and die, or you want to go to, what's this place in Brazil? You want to Rio de Janeiro, you want to spend the honeymoon. It's money. It's money. So you need to start thinking of making life easier. But let nobody tell you that hey, you love money. Money is all things. Money is almost all things. Too much love for money is the problem. Next slide. So I think I'm done. That's Seyi Oyesanya for you. I am available as your counselor, your friend, your life coach. I'm on social media. You can see my handles on social media. So if you want to see me after this time, I'm available. So I'm done. Let's have your questions.
Awesome. If you got value from this session, just drop it on the group chat. In one word, describe this section. In one word, describe this section. Bunmi say, wow, thanks so much, ma. In one word, just drop. Rukaya said, okay, Obina say amazing. Oluwafisayomi say amazing. This is absolutely priceless information. Cheerleader or dream killer, we said the choice of a spouse is very important. Well done. Insightful. Thank you so much. So it's time for question, and this is where we really dig deep into it. So if you want to ask question, raise up your hand. We unmute you so you can talk. And if you want to type in your question, please do, and we read it for you. Quickly, if you want to ask question, raise up your hand. I will give you the opportunity to do so. And if you want to type in your question, please do, and do that now. Quickly, let's do that. Type in your question or raise up your hand to ask your question. So she just talked about the getting married, how it affects your impact, your income, and your influence. Okay, we have a question here. Is it right for a man to want to know his wife's earnings?
Can I go ahead and answer? Okay.
Yes,
can I answer that one? Okay. Well, I won't say it's wrong. You know, it depends on who you are moving with. That's why I say if you have somebody who shares your vision, who is moving on the same frequency with you, there's nothing, like the Bible tells us, said, and they were both naked and they were not ashamed. It goes beyond physical things. If you have a partner who shares your vision and who moves on the same frequency, of course, the person it makes things better if you both know what you earn. You're able to plan and you're able to understand. For example, if the man can earn less than the woman, you know, if the woman knows, women are very good managers. There won't be issue of, see what you are giving me is not enough. She already knows. Both of you know what you earn, and you're able to plan so that you can separate your needs and your wants and make room for investment. So it's okay to know, depending on who you are moving with. But if you know that your partner is a spendthrift or will put you in trouble, then you may want to be wise in declaring everything you earned. I hope that answers your question.
Okay, great. So we have another one here. If your fiancé is selecting a place to settle down before marriage, is that a dream killer or cheerleader?
Is selecting what? Selecting a place to settle down before marriage. Is that it? Selecting a place like being selective where to stay? Is that what the person means? Being selective about the place to settle down, that is the accommodation or location. Let's assume that okay, you are okay, location, okay. If it depends, this person, I don't know where the person is coming from. For example, let's say a guy is living, I tell you, it is not how you started that matters. Oh. You can start from a one room and you may not even have a flat before you build your own house, depending on what you want. So it depends on what the woman wants. But if you look at her reasons for being selective and you understand where the woman is coming from, it may be for your own betterment. So you can't call that a dream killer. It depends on where she's coming from. But if where she's coming from is, I don't want to start with one room self-contained, and your plan is, let's just manage this one room self-contained. I have a landed property somewhere. What I want is that we should move into our own house as soon as possible. Then that one is not moving on your own frequency. It could turn out to be a dream killer. But you have to know the motive behind a choice of place of settlement. Another thing is maybe somebody who is living, like some guys, you're living with your friends, the way you will behave and all that, the lady doesn't like it. She wants you to move away from that environment so that you guys can look into the future with a clear vision. Yes, it's a good motive. So it depends on the motive behind it. You have to scrutinize the motive. Now, what's that motive for doing that? But if the motive is to make sure you waste more money, it's better you have a routine. So
okay, good. We have another one. In a situation where your wife to be is doubting of dating another because of a past act of mine, what should I do?
your wife is doing what? Your wife to be is doing what?
Is doubting of dating another because of
Okay,
a
that
past
like the
act
person
of mine.
feels you are cheating.
Okay. So
I
what
think that
should
is
I
it.
do?
Well, you want to ask yourself first, what brought about the doubts? How did the trust fly through the window? At least that's not how you started. How did trust fly through the window? What are the things you are doing? It could be two ways. It could be that you have betrayed the trust, or that she have insecurity. So some ladies feel insecure. Depending, for example, you met a guy maybe while you were in secondary school. You started as a childhood lovers, and the lady is not moving in life. She's not ambitious. She's not moving the way she's supposed to move. And the guy just acquiring that, knowledge and all that. And suddenly the guy becomes, in quotes, a celebrity, a public person. A woman who is not very emotionally matured will begin to feel insecure. And if you are not careful, it won't end well. I don't want to mention him. I know somebody like that. When they started, they were so close. But suddenly the guy, if I mention it, but I don't want to mention him. The guy is very popular now. The marriage ended because the man suddenly became a public person. Was no longer my husband that was for me alone. Was no longer the person that will come home immediately after office. And he had to travel, go and speak there, go and speak there. So it became a problem in the marriage. So insecurity could be a reason, or it could be that you have betrayed a trust.
Okay, thank you. We have another question. What do you do if your spouse is below you intellectually, and trying to
Intellectually.
get them to the level you operate seems like trying?
And okay, when you are trying to encourage the person, Abi, to move up, and
Yes.
the person begins to see it as pride. Well, thank God you are not married yet. If you are not married yet, you need to deal with it. Because if you don't deal with it, it will wait for you in the future and you have to start sorting it out. Self-confidence is very, very important. And it is not really about how much book you have read. it's an emotional thing. Being emotionally matured, having emotional intelligence, having self-esteem. So if the person, I don't want to think it's because you have gone very high in life. It has to do with the person's esteem. So if the person cannot work on the esteem and you are trying to help, and the person still feels you are proud, begin to think again. You need to think again.
Okay, do we have any other final questions tonight? Anybody, she would like to hear our voice. Anybody want to talk before she leaves? And you can connect to her on our various platforms. She has a group, Cassandra's Diary, on Facebook. You can follow her on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. You see some of her thoughts, and she share information on those platforms. So any other person wants to talk tonight or appreciate her for what she has done for us tonight? Okay, nobody. So on this Zoom group chat, let's give her a clapping emoji and just in one word, describe this section as she leaves, as we appreciate her, and as we get the next question. Obina Peter wants to talk. Okay, let's have you. Let's have you quickly. You can unmute yourself now. Hello, Obina Peter. You can unmute yourself and talk. Obina Peter, we are waiting for you. Okay, Ayo too want to talk.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, all right, Ma. I am very, very excited and happy with the information we've gathered this evening.
You're welcome.
As a matter of fact, I have my friends who are having issue with a question of money, who manages money, and who keeps secrets about money, and how they are just worried about sharing information about their finances. And perhaps I've gathered information from this platform that I can extend to them, and I believe it will help solve their marital problem. I am very much happy to be in this platform and to have listened to you this evening. God bless you, ma.
Amen. Amen. That's great.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you for that comment. We really appreciate it. Let's have Ayo. Ayo, you can unmute yourself now.
Hello, good evening all. I would like to say, yes, I mean, the presentation has been fantastic. Even though I'm married for over 25 years, I'm married for over 25 years. However, I would like to let everyone on this platform to know that this is not just it's not just a talk about for the unmarried ones. Even if one is married, you can still learn from some of these things, and it can be a case of some of the things that you didn't do before you get married, and then maybe a problem starts at a later stage in your marriage. Or yes, but there are a lot of things to learn from the chat tonight. I would like to say thank you to the presenter, and yes, it's a good presentation overall. Yeah, I appreciate you.
Thank you very much for that comment. We really appreciate you. Thank you, sir. We really appreciate you. So I want to say thank you, Mommy, for joining us tonight for this short section on getting married. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much, Ma.